Welcome to our kitchen. Today we prepare a medieval recipe, a sweet and delicious almond cream. We start with ingredients. We need almonds, pine nuts, wheat starch, milk, a few cloves, and white cane sugar. First, we grind in the mortar the almonds. Almonds are widely used in medieval cuisine, often as a thickener, but in this recipe they are one of the main flavors, so we need a good amount of almonds. The author of this recipe recommends using peeled almonds. This recipe is part of an anonymous Venetian cookbook, written in the 14th century, conventionally called Anonimo Veneziano. That simply means Anonymous Venetian, a very interesting source for medieval cooking. We grind in another mortar white cane sugar and a few cloves. Both white and brown cane sugar were used in the Middle Ages. White sugar was more prized and was the more used in high-end cooking. It was considered by cooks and physicians not only better in taste, but also healthier. In this recipe, using white sugar is important to obtain a white dish that will be just slightly colored by cloves and garnished with pine nuts. Medieval cooks paid particular attention to the color of the dishes. We rarely find proper sweets in Italian late medieval cookbooks. In medieval cuisine, sugar is often used in small amounts to balance the flavor of the dishes. This recipe is an exception. The author tells us to use a good amount of sugar. Another peculiarity of this recipe is the use of just one spice, while most medieval recipes use a mix of spices. Now we dilute the ground almonds with a bit of water. In medieval cookbooks, almonds are frequently used, sometimes to prepare almond milk, a substitute for regular milk during lean days. In this recipe, the author uses both almonds and milk. We pour in a pan the milk, add the almonds, and bring the mix to a boil. We let it reduce, stirring from time to time. Then we add the starch, diluted with a bit of milk. The author doesn't tell us what kind of milk to use. Reading his recipes and other authors' cookbooks, we know that medieval cooks used cow, sheep, and goat milk. As soon as the cream thickens, we are ready to plate. We sprinkle a good amount of sugar and cloves and garnish with pine nuts. This sweet and delicate dish is a delicious way to taste one of the few sweet recipes survives thanks to the medieval cookbooks. If you're interested in ancient foods and flavors, or you're just looking for unusual and delicious recipes, please subscribe our channel.